This is Leonardo.
What a wonderful name, Leonardo.
You know, they call me Leo, but we should probably stay with Leonardo, don't you think?
Oh, I think so. It sounds very sophisticated.
I love it. So this must be Chonda.
This is Chonda Piercy. My name is just like Chonda.
So Chonda is not short for anything.
No, short for mess, probably.
Chonda
What's so funny? I used to make a joke that my mama's like Hondas and my dad drove a Chevy, and so my name is Chonda. But I really don't know, well, I know my name. My mother started CH with all of the siblings. She wanted everybody to be Chonda, Charlotta, Sherilyn, Charles, Michael.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, Chonda, I think she had a friend named Rhonda, and that's how she changed it. But somebody came up to me one time and said my name in Yiddish meant shame. Well, I slapped them.
Whoa!
But then I found out my name in India means beautiful moon.
Oh, you see?
Isn't that precious? I know look what the Lord did.
The Lord did good with you. Chonda Pierce going to be at the Wagner Noel, March the 9th. That is a Saturday. Chonda, you've done everything. You've done TV, you've done books, children books, movies.
I'm trying to get a job, Leonardo. I'm trying to get a job.
How is doing your stand-up or coming to venues like this different from everything else you've done?
It is my very favorite thing that I do, and it's the very heart of what it is that I do. I've been doing stand-up comedy for 25 years. I try to do a little comedy with a heart. There's always a message near the end of the night of what I've learned or what I've walked through or perhaps something the Lord's laid on my heart. But this is the very core of who I am and what I do. All that other stuff has just been distraction.
Oh, so and you actually love probably the initial interaction is immediately when you're on the stage, correct?
Oh yeah, and that can be really great or really horrible.
Depends.
It's immediate rejection. I don't have to wait around and get the mail.
That is hilarious. Chonda Pierce is going to be live at the Wagner Noel. You've been called the Queen of Clean and the Country Comic. Which one do you gravitate to now?
Well, my voice is very country just because this is the way I grew up. But I don't mind being called clean because, I remember the taste of Ivory soap. And so this pleases my mother a whole lot more.
Wow. Do people react after your performances and say, gosh, you're so clean and you're so funny? Well, I think some people think that you can't be clean and funny at the same time.
I know. They should hear my preacher. He's hilarious. I think comedy has gotten such a bad rap. When you really look at the greats of comedy, even as recent as Seinfeld. He's relatively clean. Now, if you've never been, and here's the hard part, Leo, comedy is so subjective.
Yes.
What I think is hilariously funny and squeaky clean, my mother will roll in her grave over.
Right.
What one person thinks is hysterically funny, the other ones look at them like crickets. I'm not a big slapstick fan. I've never liked Three Stooges. I thought it was just terrible that men are sitting there beating up each other.
Yes.
And so everybody's comedy, but my husband would roll in the floor at Three Stooges. And so comedy is so hard, and that is what's hard about designing a night, a 2.5-hour show to see what will please a group of people. And what I've learned is you give them a variety of a little bit of everything. My mentor in comedy was a lady named Minnie Pearl.
Know her well, definitely.
Yeah.
She had the price tag, right?
Yes, and I would not be a comedian today had I not. I think if I had not met her, and I worked at a theme park impersonating her for years, and it gave me this wonderful idea of drawn to that medium or that type of performing was comedy. And then I gave my life to Jesus, and had to do a little bit of cleaning up, but not much, because I grew up a preacher's kid. I didn't hear a whole lot of language in my house. A little bit of gossip, but that was about it. And so, but I will say the devil is in the business of stealing everything good. And comedy can be a great tool. If you listen to most comedians out there, you can get a taste of what's going on in culture, of what's going on, in the world. And a lot of the great comics have always been relatively clean.
Right.
It's the dark comedy club where the dirty stuff is, that's giving comedy a bad rap. And so I've had my head down doing this for 25 years, and I feel very blessed to have lasted this long.
You are blessed, and I bet you people leave your shows with a smile saying, you know what? I feel good that I got that kind of comedy, and I had a great time,
Well, my goal is, my husband used to say, we laugh, we cry, we pee in our pants, and we go home. That's really
there you go. Well, maybe she'll make you pee in your pants on March the 9th. That is a Saturday at the Wagner Noel. I know that, have you been to Texas much?
Yeah, I come through. Texas is so large, you could spend 10 years in Texas and never see it all. But I do make my way through there occasionally, in different places. And so, yeah, I love the Texas crowd. They're a lot like being at home. They're just good folks.
This is true. Now, you also have special guest Karen Williams that night, too. So you got some friends coming along with you, and you're going to have a fun time, right?
Yeah, she's amazing. And we probably have a little too much fun. We should make it look harder.
I love that. I love that. So you've done everything. You of course are going from town to town. Are you doing any projects back in TV, books, movies?
I do have a movie project coming out. I've had a couple of documentaries out in the movie theaters. They're called Fathom events, and one was called Laughing in the Dark, and it did really well. It was a story of my life, basically, and another one was Enough, which was that the right word? They're an autobiographical time of when I lost my husband and how I navigated through that a little bit. And that in a really bizarre way of laced with comedy and really great discussion. And so we're doing something like that again on May the 7th, and it's called Unashamed. And I'm really excited about it, Leo, because we're in a culture that it is not popular to stand up for what we believe as far as being a born-again Christian.
Yes.
And how we live our lives. And so this movie, I hope, is an encouragement of helping us learn we don't have to be afraid of doing that.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's called Unashamed, and it'll be out May the 7th. But, I'm always working on something.
Oh,
I have ADD.
Awesome.
I can't stay bored too long.
Well, I don't think people are going to be bored. On Saturday, March the 9th, you could go to the WagnerNoel.com. You can also go to Mix979FM.com and get those ticket links. And then Joy in Evening with Chonda. She is awesome. You hear her right here. This is what you get, right?
That's it. Many parents just say, y'all come, we'll treat you so many different ways. You're bound to like one of them.
Chonda, you are a blessing, and we cannot wait to see you. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and I can't wait to welcome you to the Wagner Noel on Saturday, March the 9th. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thanks so much. See you soon.